Hey, thanks for joining me on this cold Sunday morning. I've got a bag ready to empty some compost in and see what the situation is with it. I've also some potato tubers in there to check up on and see what state they're in. They're in a bag in a cold part, but I think they're starting to grow already, so I need to tend to those. And there's some marigold seeds that I need to test the viability of, so I'll be doing that with a little water test. And seeing what else needs to be done along the way. There's always a little bit to be done, but not much. We're not going to be killing ourselves. Also back with a vengeance. These buggers. So I'll be hitting them with a bit of spray or just knocking them off. It's just the problem with that tender new growth. Trying to squish them is kind of damaging the new growth as well, so we'll figure it out. And the compost bins and leaf molds, and it's this one I want to focus on today though. It's the oldest. I'd say it's about, on cheapers, it must be 8 months old, I'd say maybe. So I'm going to empty that into the bag that I've shown you before and see what's going on inside. Exciting times. Jesus. Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, made it. Overall, not bad. A lot of big chunky bits in there that I leave in there. Just for aeration, as I mentioned before. Wood lice. I don't know what that is. A bit too much twine I find in here. That's my own fault. My laziness not taking them off the tomato vines and whatnot. So, but yeah, looking good for the most part. I'll give it a sieving and put it with the rest of it, which I need to check on now. Actually, it's been kind of curing and maturing and breaking down even more over there. So I'll go and have a look at that now. Sunflowers decided to start growing in the compost. My compost curing, a nice free bag and a nice empty compost bin. Now let's see what's going on with these marigold seeds. So I'm back indoors and here's the marigold seeds I rescued. I initially thought they were going to be too wet, but on closer inspection I thought, well sure, why not give them a go and bring them in and see how they are. And I also have some water. I'm going to do a water test for them as well to see if they're viable. Now the idea here is that if the seeds sink, they're viable, and if they float, they can be thrown out basically. But because I don't want to dunk all the seeds in water, I'm just only going to put a small selection of each in and see how they go. Give it about 15 minutes or so. Take a couple of these out, drop them in the water, give them 15 minutes, return and see what the story is with them. Now check these old spuds. I have Charlotte potatoes here in a bag and also in some nets in the coolest part that I could find, but I peeked in yesterday and I could have sworn I saw a sprout. Look, see there? Dun, dun, dun. So they're raring to be planted, but it's only January, lads. So what I might do is, if I can get them out, oh my goodness, like an alien creature. Yeah, so I'm gonna knock them back, the sprouts coming out of them, and I'm gonna put them, obviously this bag isn't, as you can see, it's not really cutting the mustard in terms of excluding the light, so I'll put them in, or I'll double them up even to something a little darker after I take the sprouts off them. And I wouldn't do that multiple times, you know. You'll sort of expend all the energy in them. But once anyway is fine. These are Charlotte potatoes, the last that I left over from last year's harvest. And there's certainly enough in there to be planted anyway. I don't expect to be planting any more than maybe 12 to 15 plants this year, but we'll see how it goes. Might throw some in tubs and whatever. But anyway, I'll get these out and see what state they're in closer up. There they are, free of their net prison. They were literally growing up through the nets. I don't know if you can see that. Hang on. It's like another potato already grown off it. There's hardly that much soil in there, or moisture for that matter, but they're raring to go anyway, raring to grow, which is a good sign, I suppose. These are certainly viable anyway, but I'll knock all them off now, put them somewhere a little bit darker, and maybe at the beginning of next month, February, I'll set them out into little egg boxes, is normally what I do, and on a windowsill. And yeah, so there's my little pile of future potato plants. Hopefully they're double bagged. Gotta be dark enough in there, right? We're turning back to the marigold seeds, and it's not good news. They're floating. That's a shame, isn't it? That's a sign that they're not viable anyway. Probably because they got wet. Thanks, rainy Ireland. But all hope is not lost. Anyway, I'll cling on to a little bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place them in some kitchen towel, damp kitchen towel, in this, which may or may not be an old cake container. And I'm going to give them a few days in a warm spot and see if they do anything. And in the meantime, I'll test some of the other ones and see how they are. And yeah, fingers crossed, because it'd be a shame to have that many seeds wasted. So that's all I have for today. Thanks for joining me. Take care. Slán.